if you were talking to a new agent today, first AEP, what are some things that you would say, here's 3 things that I would recommend a new agent they do or have, or maybe some common mistakes that agents make?
Certify early.
Certify early, yep.
Don't wait till the end. You definitely know your tools. Get confident in your tools. Medicare Center, whatever tool it is that you're using, get confident in that. Lastly, organize. This is going to be a huge AEP with a lot of changes. A lot of shoppers this year, and so you need to organize yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Medicare Sales Playbook, where we're helping you expand your Medicare business one play at a time. Appreciate you joining us today. Today we're doing something a little different, and I say that probably almost every episode, but we don't want everything to be the same. So we're going to do something a little different from the last time we did something different. But as you can tell, we're sitting a little bit differently because we've got some extra guests in studio. I have been hounding these ladies for at least, probably 6, 7, 8 years. It seems longer to them. But we have been, I've been working with these ladies a long time. They know their stuff. They know Medicare. They're the ones I call, and a lot of agents call when they need answers. Please help me welcome from Eldercare Insurance Services in Hot Springs, Arkansas, Jennifer Harris and Adrienne Ostrus. Guys, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, perfect. I wanted to see who would talk first.
Yeah.
That shows it. No. But it is great to have you guys in studio. You guys are up here in Springfield, Missouri, and we said we got to get you guys in. So first off, tell us who you are, what you do. I'll start with Jennifer. What do you guys do and how long you've been doing it?
Okay. So, of course, like you said, Eldercare Insurance Services. I have been with Eldercare. This is going on my 17th year.
Wow.
Started in licensing and contracting, kind of did a little bit of everything. But if you don't know anything about Eldercare, we work with agents all across the country. We're kind of divided into separate divisions. We've got a career captive force. We've also got a direct-to-consumer over-the-phone, agent selling over the phone. And then we've got what we consider the independent channel, which is what I head up. And so that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm Adrienne, so I've been in Eldercare for almost 6 years now. My role has kind of changed since the beginning, but mostly I help people with the Medicare Center as well as digital marketing, being online and marketing themselves.
And compliance.
Compliantly, marketing themselves compliantly.
Yes.
So Adrienne's the one that I call. I don't know if it's her job or not, but she's the one I call when I say, hey, an agent calls me and says, hey, is this compliant? I'm like, let me ask Adrienne. And I may know the answer, but I'm always going to pass the buck. That way, if it isn't, you're in trouble.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
thank you.
Of course.
But I still answer. And
She does, yeah. Employee of the year last year, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. And this year as well?
Yes, absolutely.
She says she's shaking her head.
You've got my vote.
Nice. I like it. No, you guys have always been great about it. We have called Jennifer in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Jennifer on the phone in the Bahamas.
Yes.
And I don't think it was worth the call to the Bahamas to answer. There are times when Jennifer answers and I'm like, Jennifer, where are you? And she's like, I'm on vacation. I'm like, why are you answering? Like, ignore us.
It's just, I can't do it. It's just part of you. And I think when you love what you do and you love who you work with, it doesn't matter where you're at. It's just, you want to help as many people as I can. And that's kind of what fulfills me. And
that's why we've worked with y'all for so long, just because, the relationship is there. And was just doing a podcast with Rob Sevilla, and he was talking about the importance of relationships. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. And so we appreciate you guys. But wanted to have you guys on because you guys do a lot with, you're an integrity marketing company. I may be saying that incorrectly, but an integrity company. And therefore, you have a lot of tools. So how long have you guys been with Integrity now?
So we came on in 2019. We like to say really early. We were number 11.
Okay.
So
before
that's
the cool kids.
Really early.
Yeah.
So going on our 6th year. And so it has just been phenomenal of all the resources and things that we're now able to help and give to agents all across the country. And hats off to Adrienne for really showing all that information to people. So it's been a great a great journey.
Yep. And I always, on this show, I like to give agents something that they can take away, use tomorrow and write down. And so we're going to talk about a specific tool that you guys use a lot, maybe a couple tools, but these aren't the only tools on the market, right? Like there are a lot of different tools. These are just the ones we know. Some of us know more better than others, but this is funny. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I called Adrienne. I said, Adrienne, I have got to explain the Medicare Center to somebody tomorrow, and I need help. And she's like, okay, turn your computer on. Here we go, right? Yeah. And so, and I did it, and they've written an app since then.
Yes.
Finally, I couldn't do it again, but I have done it. So, but this is just, I want to, if you get nothing else out of today, I want to stress the importance of having the right tools, knowing your tools, being a professional in your craft, making sure that you know how to take care of your clients. So let's dig into it. You guys use, with integrity, you guys use the Medicare Center, correct? Tell me what, and I know you've used other tools and stuff. What is it about the Medicare Center that you like? And Adrienne, I'm looking at you, that you like and the reason that you recommend it.
Absolutely. So Medicare Center was built so agents can sell Medicare Advantage compliantly over the phone. And that's how it started 6 years ago. And it has grown so much since it first released. But as far as like what I love most about it is it doesn't cost anything for our agents to use it.
Right.
So that's my absolute favorite part about it.
So tell me, what is the Medicare Center? What is it comprised of?
Okay. So it is still the number one reason to use it is to sell Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans over the phone.
Okay.
It's grown into a lot more than that. It also has Life Center now. You can do your Medicare supplements, your dental, your hospital indemnity. You can do all of that in the one portal still. But the number one way it helps agents save time is it's the one login for all your carriers. So you just have to know your NPN. You have to log in with your NPN and you create your own password.
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that.
Because I know I helped you.
And pulled yours up. NPN?
Yes, I did. But you just have to know that. And then you're able to quote all your carriers, do those applications, save all your scope of appointments, all your call recordings, everything in one portal. So
what advantage? Now, listen, you've got agents that have been in the business for 20, 30, 40 years, right? They're still using pad and paper. They're still using, she's
cringing.
Yeah, this is a family show. Don't say the words you want to say right now. No, but they're still doing that and stuff. It's not only compliance, which we're going to get into a little bit. It is being a professional and using the tools. It would almost be like you go into your mechanic shop and he doesn't have any electrical equipment or anything. Like he still has a wrench and a hammer, right? And then trying to get the job done. What does that say to clients, and why is it so important to adapt and use the new stuff?
Well, I will just throw in a stat to answer that question. And agents that do use the technology end up writing 63% more applications. So you're able to help more clients and help more consumers by using the technology. And it also helps you not forget anybody or forget a step in the process as well. Yeah. So let's start there. So we've got AEP at the time we're recording this. I'm not sure when this will air, but right now we've got AEP. We got people doing AHIPs and stuff like that right now. Jennifer, you've watched a lot of agents do a lot of AEPs. And wasn't not referring to age or anything.
Yeah.
Just 17 years in the business. What are some common mistakes that you've seen agents make when it comes to AEP and they're leaving money on the table?
Well, number one, when you say leaving money on the table, that would be also cross-selling during AEP. Number one, making sure that you pair a hospital indemnity product with a Medicare Advantage plan, and all of those things you can do inside the Medicare Center. So that tool helps you, but I think it's really important also that tool, when you're sitting face-to-face with a client and you're able to show them all the plans side by side, we're looking out for the best interests of that client and making sure that they agree that this is the best plan for them. You're not just coming in and showing them one. You're able to educate them right there and show them, whether that's over the phone and you're sending them that information for them to look at it. That's a capability. So I think that's really important. I think mistakes is, when you're trying to do pen and paper, how fast, how many can you write compared to submitting them online? And knowing that that application is complete. You wouldn't imagine, you probably would, you're an agent. The day before or the day after, when you're that final hour and you've submitted a paper app, did it go through?
Yeah.
With using that technology, that it has went through and you can see it immediately.
And you got that documentation
Correct.
saying, even if UHC says, no, we never received, you got
Right.
no, I've got it right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Adrienne, how does the Medicare Center help? We're still talking pre-AEP. How can they use it to help prepare for AEP and make sure they're going back to all the people that they met throughout the year?
Right. So just saying that, like using it to prepare is going to help you, especially this upcoming AEP with all the major changes coming. Whenever you're using Medicare Center, and if you have been using it, you're already set up, right? Your contacts are already in there. It's already going to tell you, which clients of yours are going to already be switching or might switch or shop. And then it's also going to tell you which ones you might be missing prescriptions on or doctors on, or you don't know the pharmacy that they use. It'll tell you that. And so you'll know that you need to get that information and be more prepared for AEP.
Right. And so if I've got a client walking in, it's not me fumbling around going, oh crap, can I save this somewhere? Where's that slip of paper that's got their drugs on it or whatever?
Right.
It's all saved. And, we use it for here. If a client is coming in, our ladies up front have already updated everything in it. So the agent sits down, he knows, okay, everything's up to date. The pharmacy's in, the drugs are in, the doctors are in, hospitals are in, and they're ready to roll and then get on the important stuff. How can I so a lot of people, let's say I'm sitting down with Bob, right? And it's August. And Bob is like, there's no SEP. And he's like, look, I don't care for my plan, right? Like it doesn't have enough dental. It doesn't have enough vision, or my doctor doesn't think, but I can't do anything right now. Because again, compliance, right? I can't do anything right now. How can the Medicare Center help me remember to give Bob a call back in October or whatever?
So it does let you set reminders. So you can absolutely open Bob's contact, put that date in there. October 1st, call Bob to schedule an appointment for, 2025 coverage. Or you can go ahead and schedule that appointment with him, put it in the reminder in his contact. And when you log into Medicare Center, it's going to tell you right away, these are your appointments today. You're calling Bob because he wanted to change his plan.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. And to me, when my business took off, it was when I organized AEP. I say it almost every episode, played insurance lottery during AEP and hoped somebody walked in. Yeah. I had that organized. I was seeing 15 people a day. I knew exactly when, where, why, and it was all organized, stuff like that. So that's great. Now, let's talk about compliance, right? The quickest way. So I'm going to ask a dumb question. Why is compliance so important? Because there's a lot of agents out there that look, if I don't get caught, if I don't, you can lose a lot of money. I'm going to let y'all answer, but why is compliance so important?
I mean, number one, it's important because if you're not compliant, then you're not truly helping the client, right? And that's what we're here to do. And also you want to stay in business, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you want to stay in business. But I think it's just making sure that you're doing things the right way and that it can help you be able, if you do things right today, it's going to come back to you fruits, more and more and more. But there are so many. But I would say, Dallas, a lot of agents aren't consciously trying to be not compliant.
That's a great point. Yep.
They just don't know that they're not compliant because there's so many rules, and whether it's marketing or educating or all of those different things, different rules come into play with that. And so that's where you have to lean on Eldercare to help you make sure that you're compliant and what you're putting out is compliant, what you're saying, radio ads, social media. And now there's so many different spectrums to different outlets to be compliant with, which can also come into play.
Yeah, and a great point you just made. We're not saying people are going out there and just, I'll do whatever I want.
Right.
But the problem is ignorance is not a defense when it comes to CMS, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just say, I didn't know I couldn't. Well, now you do, and you're going to have a nice little fine to help you remember next time, right? So, Adrienne, with Medicare Center, talk about how it allows you kind of go through the call recording, because that's your biggest defense. You know, when a client calls in and said, he never told me that my doctor wasn't in network or whatever. What parts, this is my favorite question, and I still don't know the answer to. What parts?
I know what you're going to ask.
What part of the call? When do I need to start recording? Right?
Yeah.
Because the path of the sale, right? I know the language, but what do you say? And this is why I go to Adrienne. What do you say whenever someone asks, what do I record?
I mean, I would always recommend that they record everything just to cover themselves, because the great thing about our call recording technology is it has AI features to it to where you can get your own call summaries from it. So you can actually ask it, what prescriptions did she say on my last call? And you can listen to that and it'll type it out for you and you can see that right away. So yes, like you said, the path of the sale is the rule per CMS that has to be recorded, but you can absolutely record every part of it.
Every part. Yeah. I was afraid you were going to say that.
Yeah. You knew I was going to say that.
I know you were.
And
Yeah.
that's a cool feature, that the Integrity AI. And you didn't really think about it until they showed us an example of you're selling a Medicare Advantage and you're putting in their prescriptions and you're looking up their doctors, their PCPs are in network, all of that. But they're taking a drug that is prescribed by a specialist. Well, this AI is going to ask you back that question and say, hey, this looks like this is a drug that's prescribed by a specialist. Did you ask your client if they see a specialist? And then you're able to ask that question, which we don't in a sale. We typically are not asking that. We're worried about their primary care if they're going somewhere else. But that's the great part of this technology, is it works and gives you triggers and asks you questions to help you be compliant and serve more clients better.
How long until AI takes over?
Yeah, I know.
That's a whole nother Will Smith movie or something like that. Okay, so how does the recording work? Walk me through real quick with Medicare Center. And again, guys, this is not a commercial for Medicare Center. We're just telling you have a tool that works and does a great job. So how does Medicare Center call, record, all that stuff?
So it basically just forwards the call to your phone, whichever phone you want to set it to. So you're assigned a agent phone number by Medicare Center, and it will even have the same area code as your phone number. So you can, make your client feel more comfortable that it is in your local area still. And then you have two options. You can do an inbound call or an outbound call. Inbound call, you would just give them that agent phone number the Medicare Center gives you, and it will automatically just forward that call to whatever phone number you have in the settings. So, like, we have some agents that they work in an office, so during the week, that phone number forwards to their office number, and so you can change that number. So on the weekends during AEP, right? Everyone works weekends.
Of course.
During AEP, you can change it to your cell phone during the weekend, so you can change that number at any time, but all they do is call that number and it's automatically recorded.
Wow.
The ringing, everything is automatically recorded and saved to that contact.
So you have the little thing you're supposed to read, or that we all read, and then it goes to that. And wow, so that's recorded and everything's taken care of compliantly.
Yeah, or you can do an outbound call. So if you do have them as a contact, you can just click their phone number and it does an automated 3-way. It'll call you first, you have to answer the phone, and then your client would be ring and they would answer.
Wow.
And it automatically says you're being connected with a licensed insurance agent, all the compliant, transfer language that is required, we have it.
Wow. That's awesome. And then recorded for how long?
We will keep it on file for 10 years.
10 years. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. I want to switch gears now and talk more about, as we have AEP coming up, You guys watch a lot of agents, right? If you were talking to a new agent today, first AEP, I'm getting ready to get going, what are some things that you would say, here's 3 things or whatever that I would recommend a new agent make sure they do or have, or maybe some common mistakes that agents make?
Certify early. Right?
Early, yep.
Don't wait till the end. It's crazy because if you got 10 carriers and you got to certify, do that.
Don't be sitting in the house.
That's right.
You laugh, but we've all seen it.
Yeah, I would say definitely know your tools. Get confident in your tools. Medicare Center, whatever tool it is that you're using, get confident in that so you're not learning it right before AEP.
Know your logins.
Yes. Well, you only have to have one.
Yeah, know your
That's right.
Listen, know your NPN. That's for
Yes.
5907022, by the way. I learned it that day. I'm like, I will never forget this again.
Organize.
Yeah.
And then lastly, organize. Like we stated earlier, this is going to be a huge AEP with a lot of changes, a lot of shoppers this year. And so you need to organize yourself so that you're able to serve as many clients as you.
We're going to come back to that. Yeah. What about you, Adrienne?
I mean, I would say the same thing. Definitely certify early, especially for Medicare Center specifically because of those selling permissions. You want to make sure that you are able to write those policies on Medicare Center. And there is a delay between the certification and when it loads into Medicare
Some of them
Center.
you have to write one in the
Yes.
portal, and then it won't show up. Yeah.
Yep. Some
See, I'm learning.
carriers
I pay attention.
just in time. Yep. Definitely certify early for that. Definitely learn Medicare Center, possibly Lead Center, and plan your marketing events, things like that.
Okay, so let's get back to what you said. A lot of agents just heard you say, hold on, there's going to be a lot of changes. And there's agents that don't know they're coming yet. Like, I'm not sure when this will air, but talk about the changes that are coming with PDP. And if you could, talk about even like, how is this an opportunity? A lot of agents are going to look at this as, oh, crap, I got to call on my PDP people. But this is an opportunity to get in front of your clients.
Right.
So tell us about what's coming and what we should be looking for.
Well, I think just with the Inflation Reduction Act, there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of shoppers this year. Of course, we don't know that information yet because the carriers, as of today, haven't come out with their plans and their premiums. But I think from what I'm seeing and what I'm being told at all these different rollouts is that, you could have some plans exiting. And so you could have lots of your clients. A lot of your attention is going to have to be focused on your book of business where, typically we're trying to grab new clients during AEP as well. I mean, you're focused on your block, but you're also trying to grab new. This year, you're going to have to be able to balance and to be able to service and make sure those clients are staying with you and someone else isn't coming in trying to grab them because they're going to have lots of changes to the plans, carriers, all of that. So as soon as we see exactly what that is, we can
see. I was hoping you'd go uncompliant and just say, here's what's going to happen. No, just kidding. We knew that wouldn't happen. Adrienne, as you look at what's coming up, right? Trying to think how to phrase this question without trying to get you uncompliant. As you look at what's coming, what do you see agents being able to do? Like, how can Medicare Center help them and remind them to call and allow agents to use it to make sure that they're not forgetting somebody that may need a big change with PDPs or MAPDs? That was the worst asked question in the history of the show.
I think I understand what you're trying to ask.
Yeah, good, because I don't.
But I would say, this is a great time for me to bring up, there's a lot of new features coming to Medicare Center.
Yeah.
The Client Sync feature is coming soon to where agents will be able to mass email or text their contacts the scope of appointment in bulk. So you're not having to do it one by one, which you're currently having to do. So you can go ahead and do that in bulk. And then you can also, in bulk, be requesting them to update their prescriptions and doctors and pharmacies, as well as start that SOA.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was going to say something else, but I already forgot.
Forgot it. That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because let me give you the common objection that I hear, right? Seniors aren't technically they're technically challenged, right? My senior can't do. I still do a paper app because all my seniors can't sign or can't text or what.
Yeah.
How easy is it on text to sign and scope of appointment and all that stuff?
Out of all the platforms out there, Medicare Centers is absolutely the easiest, because if you're doing your part and you're filling out the contact information, then it's already filled out for them. So they're not having to fill out anything. They're just clicking a link and it's filled out, and they just check a box agreeing to talk about the products, and that's the scope.
Awesome.
Signed by them.
Yeah. So they're doing what I like with what Integrity's done is they have heard the complaints of the agents, and they're doing things to to make sure that those complaints are going away.
Absolutely. That's how we build it, is based on what agents say. Exactly.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. How do we get a hold of you guys? If somebody wants to learn more about elder care, what you guys are doing, what's the best way to get a hold of y'all?
We have one phone number.
Yeah.
We keep it real easy.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to say it? 1-800-777-9322.
Nice.
You're always going to get a live person answering the phone. No recording.
Yeah,
That's
that is
just
great.
call us.
We'll put that right in here somewhere. I'm looking at
somewhere.
Adam. Maybe here. I'm going to challenge him someday. Have it diagonal across.
And then, of course, eldercarebroker.com is our website.
Awesome. You guys do a great job. We appreciate your relationship, all that you do for us. If you guys are looking for a home, or if you're looking for you say, my FMO, IMO, LMNOP, whatever, doesn't have any of that. Like they handed me a yellow tab and said, write everything down. Maybe you saw what you just did. Maybe, you should be making that face, and you should be calling them saying, "Hey, we want to make sure we have all the tools that's available." Let me ask you one more question, because you guys are not the only integrity marketing company, right? You said you were number 11. Do you know how many there are now?
Over 200.
Over 200.
Yes.
So, is there a chance that there are agents out there that already have this but don't know it?
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
if that's me, how do I find out if I have access to this stuff?
Call your upline.
Call your upline?
Yeah. Or they can call us and we can help, but we wouldn't be able to say who they're working with. They should know that. But we can, we're always willing. We're in a family with integrity. So no matter what, they want to reach out to us and we'll help educate them, show them all the things.
Yeah, for example, on my phone, I've got the T65.app thing there. It's free if you're in integrity. You can pull up, you can creepily look at who's turning 65 within a 2-mile radius. I show that all the time. They're like, man, I wish I had that. I'm like, you do. Just go here, do this, do that. And so there's a lot of tools people don't know that they have. So guys, if you're sitting there, man, I wish I had that. Or if you want the creepy turning 65 app, reach out, call that number. They'll show you how to do it. Ask for Adrienne. She doesn't sleep. She's there all the time. And she will show you how to get that on your phone and be able to look at people. So guys, thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
of course.
thank you so much, Dallas.
Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you again for tuning in to the Medicare Playbook, the Medicare Sales Playbook. I just forgot the title of my show. That Adam, keeping Adam on his toes. I do know my NPN though. But thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. We hope this has been helpful. We hope this has given you something. We hope this is maybe making you sit down and say, you know what? Maybe I do need to throw away the yellow pad and get on and make sure I'm using the right tools to make sure my clients are taken care of and I look like a professional. We appreciate you. Please like, subscribe. Thank you to Adam in the booth making us look good. And thank you for watching or listening. We'll see you next week on the Medicare Sales Playbook.